John, that is right. The conditions are deteriorating on the lakefront here. The rain is now picked up. As you can see, the water is starting to get up here, get to my ankles. Lakeshore Drive obviously has been shut down since this morning. Total mess out there. I saw one car go through 30 minutes ago. Don't know what that car was thinking.
We do have some video, I think, that we're just getting in, and you're actually going to see it at the very first time now, as we do, taken from Jefferson Parish Councilman Ricky Templet on Grand Isle. And boy, look at that in this early part of this storm.
And that's right, we're actually here in Reggio along Delacroix Highway, and you can see the water is already coming over the road here. Joining me now, Parish President Guy McGinnis, just kind of tell us what's happening here and kind of what's going on in this area outside of the hurricane protection system.
Rob Krieger is just setting up now, and he's taken actually a police escort down there to take a very brief look at the Pointe-aux-Chenes area. Rob.
Yeah, that's right, John. Yeah, we're down here just lower Pointe-aux-Chenes, lower part of Terrebonne Parish right now, here at Madison Canal. You can actually take a look just beyond where they have, this is the kind of the last line of levee system defense here for those folks up north in Montague here. You can see just a massive amount of these giant sandbags that they put up here to kind of shore up this effort even more.
I was told Pointe-aux-Chenes, it may be closer to Montague, which is up the road just a little bit. They call these little bits of roadway. These are the five fingers of Terrebonne Parish.
Ida is about to make that landfall. The Viper tornado detection we were showing you, especially that eastern side of the hurricane, we're finding winds 120 at one times 130, 140 miles per hour. There are winds. It's getting a little hard to measure. We're losing a little bit of the data there, but we are getting winds up to 100 miles per hour on the western side of the storm. That's where the eye of the hurricane is currently located. We just got the 9 o'clock position. The 9 o'clock position now puts it 40 miles south-southeast of Grand Isle, moving to the northwest at 14. No change in pressure, no change in winds. Still a very powerful Category 4 storm. This now rivals Hurricane Laura's intensity last year.
We're here at Pointe-aux-Chenes right now, where we are really starting to see the effects from Hurricane Ida. She starts to make landfall, and right now we're here right where they have this levee set up, and over this is a few homes, some waterways, and we walk over here. Oh, just lost that. That's what we're afraid of right there. But as you can see, we are really starting to see those winds whip. This is not where you want to be. Actually, officials let us come down here to get some video, and they are already telling us time to go.
And I don't want to be an alarmist. If we can go back to Viper,
yeah.
You all, right now, you should probably get off the phone with us, go into the interior, because you all are about to see a massive surge, as well as just an extreme wall of wind on that northern and part of that eastern eye wall, which is the absolute worst. And again, right now I'm looking, really, Port Fourchon, the eye wall is moving right now onto Port Fourchon. I mean, right at this moment,
okay.
The last image is showing right on Port Fourchon. But where you are in Grand Isle, of course, you're a little bit north and east of that area. Now, on the central and northern eye wall, you know, you're going to have probably another 20, 25, 30-minute delay. So for right now, things are going to start getting very hairy for you, and that surge will be coming in, as well as the most extreme winds. And you're going to be in those winds for at least the next hour and a half to 2 hours.
Mr. Landry, for the benefit of anybody who's watching, you're up about 25 feet, if I remember that building, 25, 30 feet in the air?
Yes, we are. Yes,
okay.
We are. We're in a very well-built, fortified building.
Modern building. All right, we're going to stay true to what Bruce said, sir, and let you go inside. We appreciate the update. Check back with us if you can.
Well, I appreciate the real-time information. I'm going to go upstairs and brief Chief Bradbury on what's going on.
I think we just called the landfall at Fourchon, and also this eye wall wind warning, meaning be prepared for sustained winds of 115 to 150 miles per hour. It's been in effect for the coastal parishes. It's now been extended to include the West Bank. So the West Bank now under an eye wall wind warning. Everyone needs to shelter in place. Hurricane conditions rapidly approaching the metro area.
Hey, Kelsey, and you guys have been reporting on the power outages, and we can tell you the power is out here in Treme at the very busy interchange of Orleans Avenue and Claiborne, North Claiborne. As you can see, an emergency vehicle going by. This is why conditions are so unsafe right now. Everyone is sort of at risk. These winds are only going to get worse as the time goes by. We're expecting the height of the storm to hit here in the New Orleans area in the next hour or two.
And you look at what this storm can do, and remember, the storm is just making landfall now. So this is just kind of a little indication of what is yet to come.
You got to know if you're staying there, you could be risking your life. And there's nothing, we can't go out and save you right now. It's impossible. Once this wind calms down, and we won't be risking our lives, we're going to get in there. I'll tell you, we'll be the first ones to get in there. Me and my crew will be the first.
Yeah, okay, so look, we wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look. Right now we're in the unit, in the vehicle right now, and I don't know if you can really see from what we're doing. We're feeling the car shake. We're going to get outside right now and show you what it looks like out in Houma. The wind has been blowing really, really ferociously for at least the past 30 minutes or so, and making the car shake, and then we're actually seeing some things like this power pole that's right here near us has just been wobbling back and forth.
This cell right here is showing rotation and a possible tornado. It's moving northwest at 50 miles per hour. So these tornadoes are going to be brief and they're going to be quick when and if we get a lot of them. That's our first one of the day.
We're in the French Quarter on the corner of Decatur and Toulouse. This roof fell off of Jack's Brewery, landed across the street right here onto Toulouse. Pieces of the roof are all over Decatur Street. They're strewn about in parking lots. They're everywhere. We were only a block away. It sounded like a loud boom. And sure enough, we pulled around the block, and this is it. I mean, geez, look at all of the roof just coming out into the street. Took out, look, there's a stoplight right here that is completely out. Amazing.
You can see the wind has certainly picked up. The rain consistently has been falling over the last about hour and a half to 2 hours here in St. Bernard Parish. We drove up and down Judge Perez, and I can tell you we saw a lot of debris.
To show you just some of the strength of the wind here, take a look at just these tall branches on these trees. You can see how they're just moving all over the place. Shows the extent to the increasing winds here.
You can see from this video just the sheer force of the wind, the amount of rain coming down. The strongest wind gust recorded at this point from Grand Isle, 136 miles per hour. Very clearly defined eye still, even as it is beginning to interact with more land. Got a lot of marsh down there. We understand that, a very wide eye. That is the forecast track, so we'll see if it continues taking to this track or a little bit more to the north. Notice right here, this sort of enhanced area of thunderstorms. This is what is now moving across parts of the east and west bank. We have now gusted to 92 miles per hour here at the station. That, by the way, matches our peak gust with Hurricane Zeta last year. And there goes that massive tree on top of a house.
Pulled up by the roots.
Wow.
And, you know, that's been the concern of some of the officials is we've had so much rain.
You take a look here, the wind is just picked up an incredible amount. It is absolutely difficult to walk to the edge of this parking garage right here. It's just, I don't know, Steve, you want to take a shot of like kind of what's happening right here? This is just this wind that's whipping in, kind of died down just a second there, but it has just been blowing in just a ferocious amount of wind here in Houma.
In Delacroix, all right, here's a picture there of some rising water that St. Bernard Parish government posted this, it looks like, on Twitter. Okay, there we go. There's the video. Take a look at that water. Wow. All right, that's from fire station number 12 within a 1 hour time span.
So that's outside the hurricane protection levee, down the road, and here's another view that we've got too, a before and after, and again a 1 hour time span. So, you know, water nowhere close, and then just.
Wow. Yeah, hey John, you know, we're here, it's still inside this parking garage here, and each time you come back to us, the winds are picking up more and more. I was gonna walk out this way, but I don't know if you can see this light fixture here was ripped out, the light bulb's cracked. Everything, there's another part of the fixture that's been flying around the garage, so we're not really going to go near there because of the potential danger there. But if you look out in this area, you can just see this rain ripping across all of these buildings as it cascades over the top of the roofs, and these trees are just starting to go almost at a 45-degree angle. We're going to walk up this way so we can give you a look at some of the other outdoor areas here. Again, on this governmental building here in Houma, we've been kind of monitoring it throughout the intensity of these winds. And what we're seeing is the sheeting that's on top of the roof here. That wind hits you.
In the meantime, we've got a situation on the Mississippi River where a ferry from the Chalmette area has broken free of its moorings. It does not seem to be moving much as you zoom in on this. So in terms of what kind of navigation hazard it presents, I'm not quite sure. But you can see that river just kicked up. It's risen in the neighborhood of 6 feet or so.
These are wind speeds you do not see every day. This is a unique day in hurricane history, not only in the United States, but in Louisiana, which we're looking at one of the most powerful hurricanes to strike the Louisiana coast. And for southeast Louisiana, this is the most powerful hurricane to strike us since Hurricane Betsy directly in 1965 as far as overall impact.
The situation's been deteriorating for the last 3 hours. I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're looking at before the sun comes down, but this has been going on now for 3 hours. I don't know how good the picture is, but just torrents of rain cascading across the CBD.
This is where they're really going through that outer eye wall of Ida. And this is, just to give you a little perspective, this is near the courthouse, the downtown courthouse in Houma. You can see the street lights were swinging back and forth across the street.
Right around where the eye of the storm came ashore, and look at that, Kim. That just shows you the power of this Category 4 storm as it came ashore this morning. What, about 4 hours ago, a little less than 4 hours ago in southeast Louisiana.
We also went into Madisonville along the Tchefuncte River, and water there was rising from the river onto the roadways. Several restaurants, popular restaurants, were seeing some water. Some of the parts of that road along the river were closed. So the water is definitely rising, wind is picking up, and the rain is coming down.
We are still here in Houma as the eye wall rapidly approaches us. We can see that the winds are still coming in. They're actually have begun to bend, if you will. All throughout the morning and afternoon, we had seen the winds kind of coming straight through this parking garage that we're in, but we're now starting to feel them kind of bend around right here. It's pretty incredible just feeling the intensity of these winds as they come through and just howling the sounds that they're making. But if you take a look down here, right in downtown Houma, you can kind of see just a lot of debris across the roads. These trees that are just getting battered by Ida are starting to give up branches, give up leaves. A lot of debris just strewn about this area here. It's pretty massive amount of foliage debris here in this area. But if you take a look, some of these large oak trees, really old oak trees over here, some of those branches are almost completely devoid of leaves, and that's where the wind has been coming through.
This is in Houma, where you actually see the roof ripped off the top of that building. That is just unbelievable. And it just cleared that next structure and then just is taking out power lines.
And here's what we wanted to point out. Look at this pole, that truck, big tower.
And then move over to the side.
Same truck, pole, no tower. So really, in this trajectory, that's where the tower should be, but there's no tower. So, I mean, this is true, no Photoshop information that this tower, we hear, fell in the river, and the lines that actually go across the river are actually in the river as well.
And just so you know, I mean, we got these pictures confirmed from several people that they are accurate, and that is it. And, you know, we had Joe Valiente of Jefferson Parish on a while back who said, you know, they're down, the lines are down in the river, the Coast Guard's going to have to get involved.
This is one of the dangerous things that the parish president wants people to know, the folks that stayed behind in St. Tammany Parish or are planning on coming back. And wow, look, the wires are across the roadway right here in front of Aquista Pace. We have to turn around, yeah, in downtown Covington. This whole situation are these wires that are draped on the roadway. You don't know if they're live. It just makes things just not okay for people to just say, you know what, I'm going to go take a little joyride around the area, check it out. see how my neighborhood is doing. That's the scary part. You don't know what it's going to look like, and you could get seriously injured, or you could die from this.